もう行っちゃうか。絶対犯人じゃないと思うんだよな、でも。
I am needed elsewhere.
なんだ。どうしたらいい？
I am needed elsewhere.
いやー、もういっか。わからんし。ゲームオーバーならゲームオーバーでいいか。
I cannot cover for you, Lord Craven. The facts are conclusive. You murdered your mistress.
It wasn't me. You have no proof, not a whit.
A couple of whiskies go down fast for an alcoholic. That left you plenty of time for murder.
That's ridiculous. I am no alcoholic, and there are witnesses who will attest I was there for at least a quarter of an hour.
You entered the room just as Miss Emma was hiding the diamond. Discovering that she was the thief was the final straw.
Preposterous. I didn't know a thing about it until you showed me her stash.
You have bruised knuckles and you look a mess. The poor woman fought for her life and you bear all the evidence.
This whole evening was a mess. You know I got into a scuffle with the medium in the seance room. Nothing has changed since then.
There's plenty of proof, sir. The police would certainly arrest you.
You scoundrel. You said you would help me. I had nothing to do with it, as you will soon see.
There is a more charitable interpretation. Miss Emma was a thief of unsavory character. Perhaps she threatened you, forced you to fight for your life.
Are you... You suggest I lied to the police? Escape blind justice?
Your lover was a corrupting influence. She stole from you, lied to you, and drove you to violence. You deserve a second chance. If you apply yourself and some of your wealth, you could do a great deal of good outside of jail. I will tell the police what I learned about Miss Emma, and no more.
Well, even if you don't believe I'm innocent, you've given me a chance to prove it. Thank you for staying on my side. Gentlemen, when this matter is resolved, I'll see to it you are sacked. This treatment is unbecoming for a man of my status. Mr. Holmes, you are my witness.
Look at him, the murderer playing the indignant victim. He should be a politician.
He certainly has the means. I hope he also possesses the character to do better and do good.
Wasn't
it fun?
A woman died, John. I was too slow to the truth, too hesitant to intervene. How can you...
Oh, lighten up. Those people made their choices. If you swan about with a diamond in your pocket, that's what happens. Wealth is a weakness.
So we must blame those who covet it.
With enough money on the line, Sherlock, a man will do just about anything, even murder. And then we get to solve it.
I suspect you perhaps cannot grasp the true horrors of mortality, John.
Oi, I am aware of my perilous existence, thank you very much.
I must admit, even if the outcome of the adventure was imperfect, there was some pleasure to be had in the puzzle.
Well, Cordona seems more depraved and decadent than we thought. I bet you'll get another chance.
A bet, you say?
A figure of speech. Just a figure of speech.
Damn. Well, take one last look at the view, then we must be off. It's time to do what we came here for.
Ne, あれで解決なの？なんか納得できんな。あれでよかったんか？でどうしたらいいんや？
A free ride for every hotel visitor. Just tell me where to go.
Is everything all right? If you don't feel up to it, I won't tell anyone.
It's just a goodbye, John. It won't be difficult. I've already come to terms with my mother's passing.
So you really don't remember?
To what do you refer?
The funeral. Sherlock, you were distraught. At first, I thought this visit would dredge up those feelings, but you've been remarkably level.
John, I think I was too young to understand. I couldn't fathom why she would leave me.
Perhaps that pain is best left forgotten.
On the contrary, it's why I'm visiting her grave. To remember her.
I thought you wanted to remember, Sherry. Concentrate, and I'm sure it will come back to you.
僕の部屋について。
Don't mind me, sir. I'm just a loyal servant of my craft. Don't mind me, sir. I'm just a loyal servant of my craft. Don't mind me, sir. I'm just a loyal servant of my craft.
Mycroft was adamant that we leave for London immediately after the funeral. He never told me why, but I saw how unsettled he was by the long requiem.
Hmm? あ、もう旅立ってない？
The service was sparsely
あ、運んでる。
Though my parents were buried separately, the pastor said they're united in heaven. I didn't believe him even then. I wanted to see her one last time before the coffin was interred and say how I loved her. The chance never came. I feel rather faint.
You're fine, you're fine. It's over now. You remembered everything. It will get easier soon.
ここが墓なんだ。
A pocket watch? It seems familiar, John. Why is it here?
懐中時計。
Rest in peace, Violet Holmes. Goodbye, Mother.
Violet
This
Holmes っ
watch
て
was
書
a
いてある
gift.
な。
My mother's initials are engraved on it. The piece is in good condition. It must have been placed here only recently.
つい最近。
A candle in a small puddle of wax. It cannot have been lit for more than
本
half
当に
an
最近
hour.
じゃん。
Is this really how you want to spend this time?
This is my mother's pocket watch, John. Who put it here and why? Are you not in the slightest bit interested?
This is excessive, Sherlock. Can you not let the mystery be?
Do you know anything about this?
It's funny when someone like you asks someone like me for help.
Do you know anything about this?
Why should I care about your troubles when you don't care about mine?
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
いや、誰かしら見てないとおかしいからな。
Do you know anything about this?
Why should I care about your troubles when you don't care about mine?
こいつか。
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Doesn't remind me of anything.
違うの？
Someone else can help better, sir.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
やり方を変えるって言われてもな。
Don't mind me, sir. I'm just a loyal servant of my craft.
May I ask you something?
A man like you should not speak to a man like me.
Help me, please.
No one listens to us, so why should I listen to you, Oofbird?
Time to check your who, what, and what, Sherry. Who are you asking? About what and dressed as what?
いや、これ以外に聞きようがないんだけどな。
May I ask you something?
I don't want my friends to see me talking to a spoiled money bag.
みんな冷たいな。
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
A man like you should not speak to a man like me.
Time to check your who, what, and what, Sherry. Who are you asking?
服装変えなかんの？持ってないで
About
す。
what and dressed as what?
なんか怪しいのがおるな。こいつじゃね？
Help me, please.
Don't be angry with me, sir.
なん
but
だ
I
よ。
don't know.
わからん。
This is excessive, Sherlock. Can you not let the mystery be?
ん？あ、これか。おしゃれな靴。
A man in fashionable shoes stood near the
165
tomb.
センチ。そん
The
な大
size
き
of
く
the
ないな。
print suggests he is approximately 5.5 feet tall.
自転車。
You were about to tell me the make and model of tyre, but let me assure you, I do not care.
Ah, well, it was going to be very impressive. Come on then, the trail continues ahead.
どこ行った？
Do you know anything about this?
You shouldn't have left your mansion.
なんで
You
だ
won't
よ。
get any answers from me.
冷たいな。お、出た。もういかにも古いチャリンコだな。
He mustn't be far away to leave it unattended.
It's stained with oil paint. A portable easel was kept there.
うん？
The Hospitaller crypts. If memory
地
serves,
下の骨
they're
と
located at the far end of the cemetery around an old tree. The Hospitaller crypts. If memory serves, they're located at the far end of the cemetery around an old tree. I hope that inspiration strikes upon visiting these beautiful vaults.
マーキュリ
At
オ
the。very least, you'll enjoy the view. Yours, Mercuria.
An artist working in a cemetery? Do you think he'd paint my portrait?
マーキュリオ。こいつか。
Oh, it's that ridiculous artist from the hotel.
あ
Be
あ、おっ
nice,
た
Sherry.
な。
Make friends.
Mr. Holmes, did you come for another portrait? No, I jest. You gave quite the performance last night. The hotel was abuzz with your name.
I must say I was rather absorbed in it all. The fallibility of men. Such scandal.
It was a welcome distraction.
Oh, my manners. I am Werner Vogel, art enthusiast and gallery proprietor.
Mr. Vogel, I was perhaps too curt when last we spoke.
Speak no more of it. Travel takes it out of any man, never mind when this is your destination. Once I learned who you were, the pieces fell into place. Your mother was well liked on Codona in her time here. I was sorry to hear of her passing.
Does your gallery feature more than just portraiture?
Oh, of course. We display landscapes, sculpture, modern pieces too.
まあ
I'm
そのう
sure
ち
we
行か
have
なかんのだ
something
ろう
that will
な。
move you. You must stop by.
Only music moves me, I'm afraid.
Then you have simply not found your artist yet. Someone whose work hits you in your core. You're still young. I'm sure we'll find them.
How did you come to possess my mother's pocket watch?
Oh my! It is quite something to witness those powers of deduction firsthand. Yes, I left you her timepiece. After her death, there was an estate sale. All of Cordona's elite picking of her remains. I couldn't let such a lovely thing go to those vultures. When I learned your name, I could no longer keep the watch in good conscience. It is yours by right, and I knew you'd find it here.
Thank you. I'd forgotten all about it, but the moment I saw it, I knew it was hers. Amazing what the young mind forgets and the older can recall. Rather odd, loitering in a cemetery.
I suspect you'll win, but I'm here for my art. There's beauty everywhere if you look, even in decay. A little darkness brings out the light. Now, a diligent observer might note that you too are loitering in a cemetery. What brings you here? Closure answers penance?
Closure, I suppose.
And what is closure? Mere proximity?
Understanding. Acceptance.
You didn't understand from afar. You had to come here to accept the truth of her death?
Of course I understand. She died of consumption, drowning in her own blood.
Your mother?
Yes, my mother.
I must have been misinformed.
間違った
I heard
話。
otherwise.
Otherwise than consumption.
No, you'd know better than I. I'd heard talk of a police investigation, but Cordona is a notorious gossip. And what does it matter? She's passed on either way.
She has.
Well, I shall intrude no longer. I'll leave you to your closure. Do stop by the gallery if your travels permit. Farewell.
Are you all right, Sherry? Take as long as you need.
Whatever I need, it isn't here. We should explore Cordona. Perhaps there are archives that may shed further light.
うん。他の場所に行けっつったな。この音楽ちょっと好きだな。レガシー劇場。また音楽変わっちゃった。
Look, the cutest thing you'll see all day. Hamlet staged by children.
お、新たな事件出た。
Oh, so it has taken root.
ハムレット。内容は知らんけど。
As I recall, when we were growing up, this theatre didn't welcome kids.
You've forgotten, John. Come to the back entrance and I'll refresh your memory.
裏側ハムレットってどういう話なんだろう。聞いたことはあるけど内容全く知らないな。
Yeah, I still see nothing.
You need to focus, my dear friend. Watch me.
どこどこどこいやどこ あ、これか。ハムレット役の
Here
僕。
was our glorious stage. Ring any bells?
Ah, we don't need to dwell on the past, Sherry.
And Hamlet's mother, Gertrude.
ガー
taking
ド
poison.
ルードが
What was the
得意
name
の
of
あ
that
の子の
girl?
名は何だったかな。
Oh,
近所に住んで
Georgina,
た
of course.
ジョルジナだ。
She was our neighbor.
Oh, I remember her. She liked you.
なんか隠れとるな。ヨリック役のジョン。
The best supporting actor. My silent scene partner, my Yorick. Your presence inspired me and brought me to tears.
Yeah, it hurt to know that's all I could be. Inspiration. I couldn't even play the king's ghost. How's that for irony? To be or not to be? Indeed.
I know why you wanted to forget. The show forced you to confront your limits, except no one else would ever see you but me. Why do you think I cried? In the end, the audience was thrilled. I can still hear their roars after the final act.
You were so pleased with yourself when the theatre director came down to admire your work.
うんうん ん
He applauded. A huge gesture from a man for whom children on stage was an anathema.
One small step for a man, one giant leap for students of the dramatic
優
arts.
しい感情じゃん。
Childhood is a time of naivety. I cannot now imagine seeking a career as an actor, drinking wine all day and gaily treading the boards at night.
Yet you often pretend to be someone else in your search for the truth. You can't act like this side of you disappeared completely.
Quite. This, above all, to thine own self be true.
あ、終わったの。サイドイベント的なものか、ああいうの。